You know that feeling. Phone goes off at 2 a.m. Stomach drops before your eyes are open. Pager duty. Order processing. You open the dashboard. Twitter is already burning. Customers posting. Orders with no confirmation. You keep scrolling. It keeps getting worse. 50,000 messages in the queue. And climbing. You've seen this before. You know exactly what's wrong. The workers aren't keeping up. So you do the thing. The correct thing. More workers. More throughput. Queue drains. Every systems design course you've ever taken says this is the answer. And you are completely right. 52,000, 55,000, 60,000. The queue is still climbing. So you scale again. Because what else would you do? 65,000, 70,000. Every worker maxed out. You just made it worse. Your correct answer made it worse. There is a senior engineer watching this happen. And they are not touching anything. Same alert. Same 50,000 messages. 3 minutes pass. They have not opened a single config. They have not scaled a single worker. This feels irresponsible. It is not. They are asking one question that you never asked. Why is the queue growing faster than workers can clear it? Not, how do I clear it? Why is it filling? Two possible answers. Workers too slow. Or something upstream is producing too fast. You went for workers. They go for upstream. 30 seconds. That one question just split the problem in half. They pull production rate, not queue depth. How fast are messages being created, not how many exist. At 1:47 a.m., message production rate jumped from 200 per minute to 8,000 per minute. The queue was not slow. Something broke upstream. And it happened 1 minute before your pager fired. 1:47. That timestamp is the whole story. What writes to this queue? The payment service. What happened at 1:46 a.m.? It started failing. And it had retry logic. Every failed payment, retry, retry, retry. 300 failures per minute. 3 messages each. The queue wasn't backing up. It was being poisoned from the inside. Every worker you added just processed the bad messages faster and gave the payment service more room to flood you again. You were accelerating the problem. The fix had nothing to do with workers. Exponential backoff on the payment service. Dead letter queue for repeat failures. Queue drained in 11 minutes. No new instances. No config changes. One cause. One fix. The junior saw symptoms and treated them. The senior saw symptoms and asked what caused them. Same data. Completely different first move. Here is how you run this investigation. 3 things. In this order. Every single time. First, production rate, not queue depth. Queue depth tells you there is a fire. Rate tells you where the oxygen is coming from. Run this before you touch anything. 30 seconds. Second, trace the right path. Find every service writing to this queue. Check error rates. Check retry configs. No backoff. No limit. No jitter. That is a queue bomb waiting to go off. 300 failures times 3 retries is 900 messages per minute instead of 300. Scale that over 30 minutes. Third, dead letter queues. Messages that fail too many times stop recirculating. In this incident, a dead letter queue would have shown 10,000 dead messages in the first 2 minutes. That is your canary. When messages are dying, the problem is the message, not the workers. This is what the fix looks like. 1 failure. 1 message. Wait. Retry. Wait longer. Dead letter queue. The retry storm becomes structurally impossible. The system defends itself. The difference between junior and senior is not tools. It is not experience. It is one habit. Junior instinct. Fix what is in front of you. Senior instinct. Understand what put it there. That pause. 3 minutes of not touching anything while the queue hits 70,000. That pause is the whole skill. Slow API? Before you add cache, why is it slow? High memory? Before you add RAM, what is allocating? Failed build? Before you revert, what changed? Same question. Every time. You already knew how to scale workers. You already knew the textbook answer. What you needed was the question that comes before the answer. Why? That is senior engineer brain. See you next one.